Channing Harris Cox was an American Republican politician, lawyer, and businessman from Massachusetts. He served as the 49th governor of Massachusetts, from 1921 to 1925. He attended Dartmouth College and served as lieutenant governor to Calvin Coolidge, continuing his policies after Coolidge declined re-election to serve as vice president. Cox was noted for advancing progressive labor legislation and adjusting administrative law to Massachusetts' changing economy. He was also known for being the first Massachusetts governor to use radio when he broadcast live from the Eastern States Exposition on September 19, 1921, at the debut of station WBZ. Early years. Channing Cox was born in Manchester, New Hampshire to Charles Edson Cox and Evelyn Cox. He attended the Manchester Public Schools and then Dartmouth College, from which he graduated in 1901. He then attended Harvard Law School, receiving his degree there in 1904. Cox remained a lifelong supporter of Dartmouth, where a residence hall is named in his honor. Cox then opened a law practice in Boston, Massachusetts, which he maintained until he was elected governor. Political career. Cox entered politics soon after opening his practice, winning his first race for elective office in 1908 for a seat on the Boston Common Council. The following year he won election to the state legislature, where he served 9 annual terms, the last 4 as Speaker of the Massachusetts House of Representatives. During these years he became politically associated with Calvin Coolidge, who was then Senate President. Coolidge tapped Cox as his running mate for governor in 1918, and served 1 term as lieutenant governor. Coolidge stepped back to run for Vice President of the United States in 1920, and Cox succeeded him in the governor's chair, serving 4 years. Later years and family. After leaving office, Cox was encouraged to run for the United States Senate, for the seat opened by the death of Henry Cabot Lodge. He refused, and spent the rest of his active years involved in business and philanthropic pursuits. He served on the boards of numerous local corporations, banks, and non-profits. He died in 1968 at his summer home in West Harwich, Massachusetts, and was buried in Boston's Forest Hills Cemetery. Cox had married Mary Young of Wellfleet in 1915. They had 1 child.